Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
But let's get into some guys I actually do hate. That I actually have some, malicious intent for, right? Who's your daddy? Let's get into it. This is what I have here, Joe. And I don't know if this is accurate. You can fact check me. The Nuggets fall to the Timberwolves 98-90. They didn't score 100 points in the game. So only Jokic and Murray reached double figures in there. All right. And of course, the Wolves were led by none other than Jaden McDaniels and Karl Anthony Towns, 23 and 12. I'll let y'all speak on this series just a little bit. Anything y'all saw out there before I get into my line of questioning.
I mean, after game 6, it was over. You don't get routed by like 50 points and like expect to come back and try and like dominate them. Like that was the killer right there. Obviously it was a must have for the T-Wolves, but like 50, 45, whatever the hell it was. Come on.
Yeah. By 45, yeah.
Just got completely embarrassed. Like at that point, it's over anyways.
Well, Miles, did I also mention that they blew a 20-point lead in this game?
Yeah. It's a good point.
Drew, you seen anything out there? What'd you see?
I feel like that was my biggest takeaway. And I'm just gonna go ahead and address a few of the people who have been, talking crazy. Some friends of ours, friends of our program, Noah Thomas, Jacob Ribbs. So, is there any more?
Maybe Austin. You might be able to throw Austin in there.
Maybe Austin, who just have been making like very, very outlandish claims. We have heard Jokic after a one championship year run and a few year run of MVPs. We've heard him be catapulted above some top 10 players, some top 5 players. He's been put in lists that I think he has no business being in. No disrespect to him. He's great. But just, I feel like you have to sustain success in the NBA to be put there, And we haven't seen that from him. Not really. Like over a few years, yeah, but not 10 years, not 15 years. So I don't get why. That's cool. Like 3 MVPs. Joel Embiid, like, yeah, he would have had 2 MVPs right now if he didn't get hurt. So I just really don't care. And I feel like Joel Embiid can't be put in combos. Like Giannis has an MVP and a championship. Is he above Kobe? Like
see that's delusional people trying to say Jokic is above Kobe, but like
so I don't know. I feel like that was my biggest takeaway is like I feel like yes, he did play a good series, but we can't let it slide what actually transpired in the series. Like they lost 3 games in Denver, 3 games on your home court. Like Miles alluded to, they got 50 balled in game 6, a closeout game. You got 50 balled. Then in game 7, they were up 20 and got beat at home for your 3rd home loss of a series. Why are we not talking about it more? I don't know. I feel like he deserves more slander. Not him personally, I guess, but actually, yeah, he deserves more slander. Yeah, he deserves more slander. Like we can't let it slide what actually just happened. Like, come on now.
Like, and my thing is this: we do it subconsciously as fans, but we hold different players to different standards for whatever reasoning that we have, right? Because again, y'all have told me that he's the best player in the league. All right. I'm not going to sit here and dispute that or anything. I have my own thoughts about it, whatever. If he's the best player in the league, that means we should hold him to a 2016 LeBron standard, is it not? So y'all are telling me that if LeBron got beat in the second round by 40 plus points, then went on to blow a 20-point lead in game 7, we wouldn't have words for him. Nasty words, nasty narrative.
We would be slandering him all summer.
Like it would get like it'd get kind of ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely would get kind of ugly, the vitriol that we throw at his way. So again, if Jokic is the best player, if he's a 3-time MVP, we have to hold him to that sort of standard. We can't hold him to the standard of, just the guy, oh, well, he did his part. I talk about Donovan Mitchell a lot. Oh, he put his 28 in, he's good. I can say that about Don. Don's not a 3-time MVP. Don's no champion. You know what I mean? He's not being thrown in top 5 all-time discussions. I can say that. But this is Jokic we're talking about, right? So if he's this type of guy, we have to be able to hold him to that sort of standard. So I have to agree with you. Like, I just feel like this is something that we definitely should talk about more. But the question I have, and it's a bit of a debate that's being held, elsewhere. We may touch on this later, but this win for Ant Man, okay, legacy builder for sure. Not talking about game 7 particularly, but winning this series against defending champs, 3-time MVP, whatever. Did this catapult him to being the next face of the league? That's my question.
I mean,
not yet.
I feel like it put him, in my opinion, I think it put him in prime position to take that spot. But I don't think there's really a spot to be taken until like we see LeBron leave the league, or we see maybe even a Steph leave the league. Like then there will be a time for a next guy to slide in. But so I won't say like people are saying he's the face of the league right now. No, he's not. Like he's definitely not. But maybe to be the next one, like I would say it's him. Obviously, you have like a Wembanyama, and then I would have said Ja Morant because he's exciting. He has personality too, but like now with all the other stuff going on, I don't know if they'll even let him be.
No, I mean this is like what we're seeing with Ant Man right now is like what we're trying to do with Ja these last few
years, yeah. So I feel like he's in good position to take that next spot after the faces of our league right now transition out.
Just a quick
like
sidebar.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miles. Go ahead.
No, like, it might be a personality thing, but like I feel like this generation, like, well, yeah, Wembanyama's different, like, because he's a part of like this next slightly younger generation. But like, is Luka not that new face?
No, I mean maybe if he wins this,
like, what about Jokic? I mean, this is everybody's guy. Like,
I think in one breath, that's why I said maybe it's a personality thing. Like in one breath, like Jokic can be the best player in the league, but like he can't really be the face of the league.
That's bad.
Same could be said with Luka. Like he could in theory be the best player, but I mean we get on court personality from him, whereas like some of these other players we get like off court personality that we don't see from a lot of players. So
all right.
Personality definitely factors in. I'm gonna lean towards yes on this one, guys. I agree with Drew that of course LeBron and Steph, they're still gonna be the guys no matter when they go home or whatever happens while they're in the league. They're gonna be those guys. Wembanyama will undeniably be the face of the league once it's time. You know what I'm saying? But Ant Man, again, we're talking about a 22-year-old kid. He just took down the MVP. We'll see what happens in this series now. Of course, we got to talk about it because it's not looking good. But, I mean, he's already averaging 27. Once he's 25, maybe in 2 years, maybe 26, something like that, in the middle of his prime, like it could get major, especially if he does go to a finals this year. If he does that, I don't know. I don't know who we place over Anthony Edwards. And I don't know if we mentioned Jason Tatum too. Like, but I think he falls into that personality category as well. He doesn't say too much,
Yeah.
He's pretty quiet about it.
He's more famous for his kid.
Yeah, they
the
tried to put Tatum as the next face of the NBA, but I don't even know if he wants that. Honestly, like he may say that he does, but I don't think so.
Dude, but that's I think like I've been seeing like this discourse with like Ant Man like playing these, his last 4 or 5 games have not really been that good.
Yeah.
Where it's like people are like, why is it not the same scrutiny against Ant Man as like if Jason Tatum has a bad game? But like, yeah, Tatum's still young. What, he's like 25, 26, maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. But like we've seen him in the league for like 7 years at this point, 6, 7 years. So it's like, and we've seen like, yeah, probably like what, 2018?
He was, I think he was 2018 or 19.
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
No, it definitely was.
They have, I mean, they've been consistent, but like they haven't went over that hump. Maybe this year, but like even still, like I think it's coming out of the West. So
yeah, they've been 5 conference finals.
Yeah,
so, come on now.
So it's like we've seen a lot like more film of Jason Tatum, like especially a few years ago when he kind of just folded in the playoffs.
We've definitely seen a lot of Tatum. I think Devin Booker is getting to that point too. We've definitely seen a lot of versions of him over the years. We've seen a lot of greatness, a lot of not so greatness, if you will. So it's just like folks are looking to see what's next, what's going on. But again, Anthony Edwards, I believe this is full playoffs stats right now, averaging 28, 5, and 6. So he's playing very well. I think he's shooting like 40% from 3 as well. Can fact check that, but he's a very good talent. I just also think, I know the Wolves have a good team and they've had a pretty solid roster for, I'd say maybe 2 years at least. Tatum, he always has a God squad too. That's what a lot of people hold against him. It's like you can't win with that squad in the East. Like you know. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. We got to keep track of this face of the league thing because that's one of those arguments that are completely opinion based, because there's a lot of good talent in the league. I'd say far.